After a parent dies, like your dad is famous and all,
Yeah.
did you start to hear stories about him that you had never heard before, that people call you and start telling you things, and maybe even things that you don't wanna hear?
Yes.
Or it
Sure.
does happen. Really? What did you hear that was like, you go, "What the fuck?"
Charles Grodin. I did a movie with him. This is a few years ago. He told me that once he was directing my dad in a play on Broadway, and he gave my dad some note as the director, what he should do as an actor. And he said my dad looked at him and said, "When somebody talks to me like that, it makes me want to punch them in the face." And it blew my mind because I never ever imagined my dad. But he had this deep, like, anger within him and rage that he suppressed underneath, the sweetness, and that I think would come out, like eventually came out in his Seinfeld character.
So when your father died, did Charles Grodin called
No,
you
he
and
actually
said,
told me that before.
oh, he did?
Before he
Oh,
died.
he didn't wait for your father to die to let you know that. That's a funny story.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Um,
could see that with Charles Grodin. Sometimes, he could be an ornery guy.
yeah,
Maybe you
for
just,
sure. Yeah,
you know what
he
I mean?
was definitely. I mean, a brilliant, brilliant comedic actor.
You've directed enough films. Has an actor ever said to you, "Listen, you say something to me again, I'm gonna punch you in the face"? Have you ever had that experience?
Not that direct experience, but I have had an actor who was like, testing a little bit and.
And what? Did you start a fight? Did they
No, no,
threaten
no.
you?
It forced me to have to deal with my own issues about being confrontational, and at one point to say to them, like, "Hey, when you do that," actually, what I said to this actor, like, "When you do that, it scares me, and I don't want to be
Right,
scared when I come to the set."
right. Did he have a lack of respect for you and your
No, I
opinion?
think no, I don't. I think he did have respect, but I think he was coming from the place that most actors are coming from, which is fear that they're gonna be bad and it's not gonna be good. And I don't know what was going on in his life on the outside, but, he was overwhelmed in that moment, and that some actors and people will, the way they react to that is by lashing out.
So how much do I have to pay you to know the name of this actor who, you had
No,
what's it
because,
gonna cost me?
I won't say it, but it ended up being a really great in retrospect, a really great working relationship. I was happy with the work
It
because
worked out.
yeah, and because I think I have that very, my memory is not good in terms of that, like the pain of something, you let it go. You're in the moment, you're like, this is like the hardest thing ever, and then a year later, you're like, well, look what we got out of it.